Dino, how was the session today as you prepare for a big weekend?
Yeah, 3 games to finish the year off in a week, really. Last road game of the regular season, and Cairns have been playing some really good basketball. Super competitive against Perth, heavy lead against Sydney, and win their last one. So challenge you in some shooting areas, and obviously McVeigh's had a hell of a year. So really looking forward to going up there.
How important do you think it is to put together a strong showing in this last road game, knowing that wherever you sort of finish on the ladder, it's likely that you'll have to play some important road games in the postseason?
Yeah, getting process right about how we travel, how we get our information, and again, pretty short kind of turnarounds coming off this one as well. And so there's a lot of good learnings over this next week that can prepare us for playoffs.
What were the major takeaways from the game against Adelaide?
Yeah, we did a lot of things really well, and we're disappointed that the extra 16 shots that we have compared to them, that we weren't able to be efficient enough with those shots. But process to get good shots was pretty on point. And so now the finishing of offensive plays, the finishing of defensive plays, we can improve on. Just can't have the errors that led to us dropping energy at different times a little bit. We just got to continue to make the right play and feed that energy and let it snowball.
Tyson Walker's been one of those players who's really brought that energy with his pace and athleticism. How important is it for this team for him to be really aggressive and to play with that energy?
Yeah, when your number one attribute is your speed, it's how he continues to use that change of speed, and whether that be defensively or offensively. But he can just go by people, and sometimes it's as simple as that to create an advantage on offense. And so in transition, in the half court, how can we just really take advantage of the speed that he has?
You got to get back to John Cain Arena last round, and obviously once you get through this Cairns game, finish the game with 2 more home games at John Cain Arena. How much of an impact do you think that's going to have as you look to really build some momentum going into the postseason?
Yeah, outstanding crowd against Adelaide, and I think we've got to sell out against the Hawks as well. And so, just like us as a team, we want to play 40 minutes of really consistent basketball, and I think if we can do that, our fans will get behind us, and in big moments, just drive us to just give that little bit extra that 6-man crowds do.
Taipans and Hawks, 2 teams that are obviously in a different position on the ladder. Taipans eliminated, Hawks quite unlikely to be able to move up into that 6th spot. How dangerous does that make those teams, knowing that they're full of guys that are just looking to do whatever they can to impress over these last few games?
Yeah, every team in the league right now has continued to compete to either win their fans for next year, to work for a contract, whatever it is. But Cairns beat us last time in a really tight game, and they'll have a strong belief that they compete in front of their home crowd, that they have another chance of that. And so we know we're in for a great contest. Illawarra, there's still a chance for them to make the playoffs, so they'll be fighting for every possession.